Alright, so there's a bunch of Easter eggs in Five Nights at Freddy's. The three that I found myself were the pills, flower pot, and IV, which I'll show you some screenshots of. I'm going to have to replay the game though to get the other ones, so I'll cut to the first one. Take note that the foxy head is missing, so the brothers are going to be wearing the foxy head. He actually ripped it off of this one, that's important. Now, the first thing is you can walk back this way into this flowery room and there's this mangle. Now, is this actually the real mangle, or is it just a plush toy? Over there. No, I'm not going to go there just yet. What's interesting is that this room is very pink and girly-like, so is there a sister? So just keep in mind though that mangle has been ripped up there. It may just be a reference to the brother's attitude, the way he rips off heads, and to terrorize this kid. So here we have the scene. Alright, so that's the end of that night. I believe that's the second night you just have to finish to see the purple guy. It's a little bit tricky though. You have to be careful, because if you walk too far you'll ruin it. So, see these doors here? What we have to do is get them to open. Okay, so first you have to do that. Go towards the exit. And Fredbear shows up. Now, walk over one step. Don't go all the way. You have to kind of edge over. Now we see here. Seems like the purple guy is putting on the Springtrap model onto another employee. Now we also have the Fredbear model here, so this could be the original Fredbear's diner. There's a few things that contradict that though, so it's a bit confusing still. But if these are the original two employees, they actually could be the people that become Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy. If these are the two employees that die in Springtraps that is mentioned when in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, the phone guy says that there was multiple simultaneous Springtrap failures. Alright, my next video I'll be doing a theory on this. There's actually two very strong theories at the moment that I have. It's kind of hard to determine which one is which though at the moment because of the timeline errors with the 1983 thing we've been seeing, but please subscribe if you want to see those. And let's go on to the next secret. Now before I missed, let me just see where it is. Okay, I missed this part before. We have an extra girl. She asks you if you like a toy collection. So I think this is the toy animatronics. Now this is interesting because, as you can see, they look like the toys, and she actually says the toy collection specifically, so I think that's important to note. Yeah, if the toy animatronics are created already, that would suggest that the second location is open, since that's when the toys are implemented. Now, be careful. The next Easter egg is that the TV ad. So we have Fredbear's and Friends, 1883. So it's definitely the original 4 animatronics. It's kind of interesting because there's a lot of evidence to suggest that this is the Fredbear's Family Diner. However, all the original animatronics are there, even though the original location only had two, the Spring Bonnie and the Spring Freddy. Although these models do not look like the toy models, which is interesting as well. Okay, so a couple of last things. This image is from the Scott Games website. Now, as you can see if you zoom in, there is a little question mark at the end. The end. Is it the end? We're not quite sure. Now, this image is of course enhanced with the shaders, which Scott loves to hide messages and images in the shading, so people always find them really quickly. Interestingly though, the Scott Games website just went down as I was preparing this, so maybe he's about to upload something new. Maybe something interesting is coming out. The last other thing was there was an update on what the Halloween news is going to be. So it reads, "Hey guys, just a quick update on a few things. First of all, thanks for all the birthday wishes even though it's not my birthday. There is a lot of misinformation about me on the internet. Surprise, surprise, winky face. I also wanted to comment on what's coming for Halloween. I had originally mentioned that it might be DLC, or an update, or something else entirely, and until now I haven't been completely sure on what I wanted to create. Well, I think I know now, but it'll be very different from what you may be expecting. So I'm asking you all to trust me, that I'm going to make something really cool for you." And there was 2 edits, the first one being whatever I release on Halloween, it'll most likely not expand upon Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I'm happy with it as it is. And it won't be a sequel either, and the second one, it also won't be a prequel. This is very hard because everyone was thinking that the update would be story related, so it might be something entirely different. Really have no idea what Scott's cooking up in his crazy mind, but if the update doesn't have to do with the story, then maybe we can access the box already, and we just need the right code. There was some remarks on Twitter about that, but it could just be a wild goose chase. Anyway, I'm going to keep looking forward to any updates and looking for any secrets I can find in the game. I'll of course leave an update if I find any, so please subscribe if you want to grab those. The next Five Nights at Freddy video I'll do is probably going to be a theory video on what I've been thinking from this game. There's actually got 2 kind of theories which are kind of competing at the moment, so I have to try and work out which one is which. They'll also, if Scott releases something interesting on his website today, when I probably go to sleep and I'll update it as soon as I turn off my computer. But if he does something interesting, then I'll post about that. So make sure you come back and check for it, alright guys? Have a good sleep, don't stay up too late and get spooked out by spooky animatronics. Take it easy.